Welcome. It Takes Podcast. NBA free agency is here. We talked about it a little bit in our last episode with KD going to Houston. Bane. Oh, actually, I don't think we talked about. Did we talk about Bane? I don't think we talked about Bane.
We
Orlando.
did.
Okay.
We talked a little bit about it.
A little bit about the. Actually, it was pre-draft. We did our episode before the draft, so we're here post-draft. NBA. Are we doing a Blix fucking sponsorship right here? We do. We got a product placement. hey, make sure you live safe.
Get your Bliss X because y'all LeBron fans need it.
For sure. Do. Anyway, it was like right in front of me. I couldn't help it. So we got some moves that have happened. People being waived, people being traded, people being signed through the free agency. The big one that kind of touched one of the teams I kind of rock with Dame Lillard being waived. And basically, the Bucks are pretty much paying to have Miles Turner $55 million a year, something like that, because Dame's contract is going to be like a $22-ish million dead cap. And hearing rumors that Giannis wasn't too pleased to be losing Dame. He was happy about Miles Turner, which is a younger version of Brook Lopez. One of their rivals, obviously, we talked about it in our episode during the playoffs. It's kind of a new-ish rivalry over the last, 4 or 5 years, something like that. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Of course, NBA stuff. Maybe we get into some WNBA. Maybe even get into some baseball. We haven't really talked baseball at all. And obviously, like everyone else, we're also ready for the football season, both college and pros. So I know we keep alluding to it. We're kind of excited. Hopefully we have some things lined up for the beginning of the football season that we're excited to do. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. What's happening, cuz? How you doing?
Can't call it. You already know how it go.
Yeah, I mean, this is my time of year. Because I'm a summer baby. 2, I love to blow stuff up.
Hey, yo. Pause.
Hey, yo. Blow explosives that you light a fire to. Jesus, what the hell? How's that a pause? How's that a hey, yo?
Before you paused, you was, I like to blow it up. Yeah, blow it stuff up.
Because I was going to say shit. But never mind, I just was censoring myself. So anyway, I like to, I like to get fireworks. So celebrate. Obviously, who cares? I never cared about who the president was to celebrate America. I'm American. I was born in America. Obviously, I'm Puerto Rican as well. But Puerto Rico is part of America as a territory. So I do love to celebrate me some America because that's where I'm from. If you ask me to go anywhere else, I'm going to be talking shit on behalf of America. You bring me to England. You bring me to Brazil. You bring me to Nigeria. I'm riding with the whole team. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. If you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you. It's just, if you was born here and you don't like it here, well, do you, boo. But anyway, so 4th of July, tomorrow, be fun. This is non-sports related, so MJ's second 4th of July, but his first one he'll be actually, because we didn't do anything last year, so hopefully he takes to the stuff like I did, because my dad was a pyrotechnic as well when it came to fireworks. I mean, you remember coming to my house for 4th of July and all the goddamn fireworks that man was buying, going to Wisconsin when it was illegal in Minnesota for a long time. There's a statute of limitations on that one. So he going to Wisconsin and getting garbage bins worth of like 3 or 4 garbage bins worth of fireworks. So it's a big holiday in the Harrow household. Just for that moment, gives us a reason to drink and blow shit up.
Tight shit. Tight shit.
So anyway, NBA, man, like I kind of alluded to, Miles Turner going to the Bucks, Dame Lillard being waived. I think there's 4 potential teams on his radar or list. Lakers, New York, Portland, and I don't remember what the damn 4th team is now off the top of my head. Now I gotta look it up because it's bothering me.
Hey man, I think everybody understands it. He don't got to rush.
No,
That's
yeah, rush.
the
He's
whole
out for
thing
a
with
year.
that one. Now he can actually just focus on getting healthy and then go decide where he wants to go and be maybe that deciding factor for like into a
Oh
late
no,
playoff
I
push
had the teams
and
wrong.
into the push.
It looks like Nuggets, Golden State, Heat, Lakers, and Portland. Those are the 5 teams. Knicks was not on that
Nuggets.
list.
You said
Nuggets,
Nuggets, Golden State,
Lakers,
Portland,
Heat.
Lakers, Heat.
Yeah, I kind of want him to go back to Portland. I mean, he still has his house. I kind of agree with Jeff Teague. I don't know if anybody watches the 520 morning show with Jeff Teague and the guys, but I'm actually with Jeff Teague. I think Portland, going back to Portland, hopefully they keep Drew Holiday, because then one of them could be the 2. I think that's a great pair, but they still need to
No,
build a team.
they would move. It would ruin the lineup a little bit because of if they keep Drew, one of them would have to go to the bench. Like when Dame got healthy, one of them would have to go to the bench,
Hmm.
which I wouldn't like that because Portland has a young core now. Like um Scoot Henderson is a question mark, so that's whatever. He has been if he pans out to have a good third year, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But they have Shaden Sharp is really the go-to guy. He's been hooping. He's a
Yep.
young dude at the 2. They have that
But he's
young
a
boy.
2-3, isn't he? A combo? Isn't he a 2-3?
He's a 2. He's a 2. He can go to the 3, but he's really the 2.
Is he a
They
small
have
dude?
they have
Sharp? What's his last? Yeah,
Yeah, Shaden Sharp.
Shade.
But
I don't
they
remember
have
his size.
a number. They have a young boy named Tumani Kamara who came on the scene last year and can definitely play defense. He's definitely a good threat, and he's working on his jumper. So that's gonna be he's gonna be a
Yeah,
problem going
6'5".
forward.
He'll be small for a 3.
As I
He
said,
can
he's
do
more
it, but
too.
he's small for a 3.
Yeah, small ballish type. You can move him there, but
But
like
they could
they
play
have that.
fast. They move him to the 3. Drew runs the 1, or even either one of them run the 1. They can
Yeah,
interchange.
I don't
They would
mind
play
it.
super
I just
fast. But I
I
can see
like.
what I can see where you're talking about. Where
Yeah, they have some good younger talent now that's building. So
yeah,
I can see like Dame playing a factor for that, but I don't think Drew's going to be there. I think, like said last time, I think Drew gets either
traded
waived or
again.
traded. Yeah, I think he gets waived and lets him go wherever he wants, or he gets traded somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I like
but
Miami Heat as well. I don't want him to go to
I like
LA.
I like Dame going to the Heat.
I like Dame
think
going to Heat as
I
well.
think
That's
him
my second team.
going to the Heat would be good
Mm-hmm.
for Tyler Hero. I think it'd be good for Tyler
He'll get the
Hero.
ball out of his hands and let him be free. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Tyler now can be a little bit more efficient, but also play off the ball, which I
Yep.
think he'd be a
That's where
lot
he's
better
best
off the
at, in my
ball.
opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
hmm And then you get, like I said, Bam showing that Bam is where he needs to be at the 4, and you move him to the 5 if need be. But
Yeah.
he's at the 4. He's more dangerous. He's expanded his game to being like Bam could always shoot. Now he's shooting threes and he's shooting decent clip. So like, yeah, you're getting the best.
Yeah.
I
As
would love
far
to
as
see Dame.
teams that would be easier to win with, as far as make a run, going to the East for sure. I mean, the West, we talked about it previously. The rest is so strong. We even talked
Yeah.
about it a little bit with the KD. I felt it moved the needle some, but because the West is so strong and so very young. Minnesota's young. I mean, they're a good mix, but their superstar is young, about to be 24 years old.
Denver,
OKC, the
Just
youngest team.
retooled.
Denver just retooled. I think they actually got better with Cam Johnson. They
Denver,
lose rebounding with MPJ, but what do you need rebound for when you got a guy who can
man,
also play make?
Cam rebounds.
And
It's
Cam
not like
rebound,
that.
but
MPJ
yeah,
barely, to be honest with you, MPJ barely rebounds to me. I feel like when it
it
comes to it, it's just he's 6'10". Cam's 6'9", but Cam shoots way better than
he's
him.
way.
And
He also shoots better
and
shots.
he shoots better shots, but
Yep,
he's also a better defender than him.
100. I
That's where
think.
you like,
Like, yeah,
so
I think they
that
won
works
that
out.
trade for sure. I don't
They
think it's a.
easily.
Some people are like, oh, it's a no. They are
No, they
similar
won
in
that
the
trade.
kind of the playoffs in the play styles in a sense. Like I get that when
Yes.
you're just looking at it, just like a quick skip, a skip of it. But when you break them down, Cam Johnson is overall a better
A
player.
better
Now,
player. Far down.
MPJ is definitely a better athlete and probably has a higher ceiling. But the way he plays the game,
I ain't even
I
lie.
think
I
it
think his
takes.
ceiling's capped now.
You think it
I,
is? I mean,
yeah.
I think if he wasn't so persistent on shooting the damn three and would just overall his game, because I think Cam gets to the
That came
basket.
from,
Cam shoots really good three. He's got a solid mid range. He's not
but
like DeRozan, but no one's like DeRozan. Well, I guess SGA is like DeRozan when it comes to mid range stuff, but
I think it's more of
overall, right now, Cam Johnson for
it's
sure is a better
MPJ.
player.
I think it's just MPJ's back injury history. That's what
Mm-hmm.
changed his game. But I'm saying is overall, Cam's a better player. So they won that trade easily.
Yeah.
I like them going back and getting Bruce Brown. That
Oh
gives
yeah,
him
that too.
somebody else. He
Mm-hmm.
knocks down
No, I
shots
thought
and
the
he
Bucks
plays
didn't the
defense.
Bucks sign Bruce Brown?
No, Bruce Brown went to the Nuggets, fool.
I could have swore somebody was talking about Bruce
No,
Brown going to the Bucks, but
they thought he was gonna go there.
I
He
got it,
went.
got it.
He
He
signed
signed back
back.
with the Nuggets. Yeah,
Yes, they signed him. That's a great pickup
the Nuggets
needed.
got. I mean, the Nuggets got better.
I also like them picking up Valanciunas
Oh yeah,
as a backup center,
having a
and
backup
he
center.
can pass and he
Yep.
can post up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not an average backup center. That was a
No,
former starting center that was averaging in between
and
18
he's a
and
bucket
12.
getter. Like he gets a bucket.
That's my
He's a
point.
bucket for a big guy.
That's a great backup.
Yeah.
That's a great backup.
Mm-hmm.
And then I like them picking up Hardaway Jr. They signed him too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
You
Nuggets
got
got
another
better.
person that can score, but
Mm-hmm.
he also plays defense. So now when you coming off the bench, now you have better shooting than you did last year, but you also have better player. You have better defensive players that can fit with the
Yeah.
style of Joker out there.
Yep.
And then I ain't gonna lie to you, I'd be scared to see that lineup um if you push it to be Murray, Cam Johnson, Eric Gordon, and Jokic Vucevic.
Mm-hmm.
That's a tall ass lineup.
That's a tall lineup, and they all are threats.
And Joker showed you that he can shoot. Like he's gonna get them home. So now you're putting him at the four with playmaking and shooting, and Vucevic can, Valanciunas actually, my bad, Valanciunas can shoot, but he also rebounds very well, and he can post up.
He's a big body.
Exactly. So now look at that. So now you're looking at it. The shortest person on the court is
Murray.
Jamal, and Jamal's like what 6'5". I think roughly 6'4", maybe 6'4", 6'5". So
yeah, I think he's outside.
yeah, he's about like
6'4".
6.
He's listed at 6'4", so we know he's really
Shoes
like
on
6'2".
6'2". Yeah, shoes on probably like
He's listed at
6.
6'4". He's listed at
But
6'4".
let's just say
But
6'4". Can't.
215. That's a
Both.
solid.
That's a big
That's
guard,
a
bro.
solid 6'4" guy.
So
Yeah.
6'4", you got Cam. That's 6'8", 6'9".
6'8", 6'9".
Eric
Yeah.
Gordon 6'9". Then you got 2 7-footers.
Yeah.
That's a nice little lineup, which I do see that lineup being used.
Do you
I'm calling
think
it now?
is Westbrook a free agent, or is he
Yeah,
with
Russ.
them?
Russ free.
You think they should re-sign him? I think he's found his home, man. I think
I
outside
would.
of OKC, I think that's his home.
I
Man.
would have said yeah if they didn't go get Bruce Brown. I would have said yeah. I would love to see him back there, but there's no use for Russ now back there. Once they went and got Bruce Brown and then Tim Hardaway, they're going to use
their backcourt is pretty stacked.
Yeah, because the boy
Bruce Brown is a small forward though.
No,
he's not.
Bruce Brown plays point guard, bro.
He's listed as a small forward, man.
They try to do that. That man plays point guard.
I mean, 6'4", small forward. That's actually very small.
That's my point. That's a lie. Because when they won that championship, Bruce Brown was playing point guard for them.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
So
fair, fair,
that's,
fair.
but I also feel like the growth of that boy Christian Braun last season for them.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think they're gonna get Russ. That's why Russ
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
coming
Russ.
back.
Yeah, fair.
So Russ would be like additional to somewhere else though. So
Where? Because he can't go back to any of the LA teams.
there, I don't know. I would definitely. I do want to see Russ in the league on a roster. I just
Yeah,
don't know where.
we'll have to think about it a little bit because that's probably
You know what? You know what though? I just thought of it. I wouldn't mind him being it. I wouldn't mind him go play for Indiana.
mm,
They need a
they play
playmaker.
fast.
They play
They play
fast.
fast.
They
In their
play.
effort, they're 100% effort, and that's what he give you.
Yep. And
You got
you
to take the
need
good and the bad with him, but when you talk about effort, that motherfucker's running through walls
yeah.
every play.
And you need it. Like you do need a playmaker. You need another
hmm
playmaker for the year to
hmm
help with Nimhard. Even though I feel like Nimhard's going to take the next step
Neymar
in
took
his.
a step this year.
He took a step in the playoffs this year for
Yeah, yeah.
shit show. I feel like he's going to now take another step as the primary ball handler probably this year. But I would love to see Russ there to help them out. That wouldn't be a
That's
bad
a
move. I wouldn't mind that.
that's a fair call. I have to think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think you're on the cusp of something for sure, and that might be the best option. I have to think about it. Um, but I agree just because the way the play style, the actually has a Rick Carlisle is like one of those coaches that I feel Russ will meld with because he wants the best from his players. He's an old
Hmm.
school style of coach. Russ is an old school style of player when it comes to like, yeah, I'm gonna give you effort. The coaches ask for this, that's what I'm gonna do. And he's gonna always put his best foot forward. And like I said, you gotta take the good and the bad with Russ.
Hmm.
Because sometimes the decision making is obviously questionable, but then that decision making sometimes like works out.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I've never seen a Heckle and Giles a damn it, Dr. Heckle, Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Heckle, right? That's the thing, right? That's the
Mm.
fucking
Are you trying to say heckle? You're trying to
Heckle and
say heckle
Jekyll.
inside. Heckle inside,
Whatever the
nigga.
goddamn name is, you guys know what I mean. Say it in the comments. But he's one of those guys, man. Like he's a werewolf. The full moon just comes out, and he's. There's times where the werewolf saves the damsel. There's sometimes where he eats the goddamn damsel. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I can't remember this stuff. Okay, I got a lot of useless nonsense, useless
You're
information in
trying to
my
say
head
hide.
sometimes.
Are you trying to say
There,
hide
yeah, hide
hide
and
and
Jekyll.
Jekko?
Yeah, thank you.
Nigga,
You see, it
like
took us a minute. It took.
I was like, you was like, are you trying to say hide and Jekko? They're like, ooh,
Yes,
like, are you serious? But
yes, I
yeah,
did. My bad. It was probably not my bad. Who
I
cares?
call it.
Okay,
I, I'm a,
it's a
I'm a,
book.
I'm gonna make a pre early call right now. But Atlanta Hawks top 14 next year
Oh,
in the
Atlanta's.
East.
Actually was going to say that. I think Atlanta so far has won the free agency period, and that includes the draft. I believe that your free agent period kind of includes with how you draft and all that stuff. Right behind them is definitely Denver Nuggets. They put pieces, especially if the unicorn can stay healthy. Porzingis can stay healthy,
That's
and that's not
I
even
like.
like that's not even like a like, oh they're still. I think that I agree with you. I think they're still going to be a top 4, top 5 team, regardless of the health of Porzingis. But if Porzingis is healthy, I think that pushes them in the East for sure. That pushes them in that 2-3 spot because
They
Tatum's
could.
hurt.
I think they can get one. Because I think they can get one if Porzingis stays healthy. I think
Yeah,
they could be the best
they're
in
in
the
the top
East.
4, top 5 for
They're
sure
top
with
four
that.
for sure.
They have a solid team.
Even if he's not fully healthy for
Yep.
like most of the season, I think they still could be top four for sure. But if he can stay
Yeah.
healthy majority of the season, I can see them one or two in the East, potentially one because you're looking at Cleveland, and I feel like matching up with Cleveland wise with who they added. Porzingis now at the five, which now you give Trey Young. He still catches lobs, but he also now
You got
gives
a
what
pick and
Trey.
pop guy too.
You have another pick and pop guy that he
Mm-hmm.
can run. Even if he doesn't, Porzingis spaces your center out, and you have The young boy
Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson comes back and he's a high flyer. So now
Yep.
you have that.
And Tyson,
DeAndre
what's old boy's name that had led the
Dyson
league in steals?
Daniels,
Tyson Daniels. Yeah.
Dyson Daniels at the two. But what
Yep.
I like is what they went and picked up. They picked up Luke Kennard, knockdown shooter.
Yep.
You went and got Alexander Walker from the Wolves. He locks up and he
A
can hoop.
solid 1-2 combo off the
Yep, off
bench
the bench.
for sure. He
Off
can
the
run your
bench.
offense, or he could be a threat, especially when he's on. I mean, we saw it in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
The
when
man,
he's
the man went
he
nuts.
hoops. He's a
Yeah.
hooper. He
Yeah.
hoops. So just now you put him in that atmosphere with
Hmm.
like, come on, bro. Like, I think they'll be right. I think they're and also their draft pick last year, he started to like understand the game a little more at the
Sears is his name,
end.
right? The French dude.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he started looking good. He started looking better at the end of the season. Like
Yep.
early on in the year, everybody was like, what the hell is this man doing? But he started figuring it out a little bit more towards the end. So if he can keep with that same trajectory that he was doing in this season, come on, man. They're
Yeah.
gonna be
And they got a
surprised.
Kagwe or a Kongwu,
He
Okongwu.
talking Big O. Yeah,
Yeah,
O
big
played
O.
very
Yeah.
good because he was hooping in that playoffs. He
Yeah.
was hooping in that playing for them, and he was hooping. So like
I don't
they
think I think they were in the play-in, but they dealt with so much injuries. If they were still healthy, I think they would have been solidly in that top 6 position.
they
Um,
just they
they
just
just
didn't
couldn't. They
have
got the
enough.
injury bug. They just
They
caught
just
the injury
had
bug.
shit. They didn't have enough gas in that game against
Yeah,
Miami. Miami
yeah.
just, but I think they very well like yeah, that healthy team. They could potentially be
They're a
number one in
problem
the
in the
East.
East for sure. I mean, again,
Yeah,
we're in the West. They're probably not that high. They're going to
no,
be a solid team in the West. The West is just so stacked, man.
yeah. I'm
It's
just talking just health wise. They'd
Yep.
be there because, and then like I said, I like the couple of the moves they made. Like I said, but that's those are two big moves that I feel like it's gonna be very beneficial for them. And
Yep.
then yeah. So and then like I like their I like the draft trade that they made. I thought that gives them a rim protector and a young athlete in that trade they made with the Pelicans to get Asaf in the well. Like I
Yep.
like it. That's a great pickup. So
Yeah, they're playing ball for sure. I don't. Do
they're
they have a
definitely
new GM? Is their GM new, or is it the same guy from last year?
I'm not sure. It might be the same.
But
Might be the
whoever it
same,
is,
but
man, he cooking.
either way,
I gotta give respect, man.
he made moves, and now I like I said, you got a hungry Trey Young too. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm telling you now, I got they definitely will be in the playoffs. I got them as a top 4 seed. If they stay healthy, I potentially see them being they could be a number one team in the East because of all
yeah.
the
If
layout
healthy,
of what
I don't
happened.
see them lower than the 3 seed for sure. I can respect the opinion of seeing them as a 1. I don't see them lower than a 3 if healthy.
Hmm.
But we know how this is. This is professional
It's
sports.
professional sports.
People are gonna get
Injury.
hurt. But also, I mean, you gotta think Indiana's without their guy, without Hallie. Boston is without. I think I'm one of the ones that think that
Boston's rebuilding. They're
Boston's
retooling.
rebuilding. They're retooling, but Jalen Brown, I think, is going to be he's going to be a little because I thought he didn't get hurt as well. He wasn't like a season injury, but it was someone his ankle. I thought I can't remember, but I know
It's
that
plenty, but
Achilles with Tatum, who people are like that's their best. I think Jalen Brown's their best player, but obviously Tatum is considered the best player on Boston. I think he's their second best player. They got rid of a lot of pieces that
got rid of Drew. You
got
got
rid of
rid of
Drew,
Porzingis.
Porzingis.
Horford's gone.
Horford should retire. I mean, he's old as all hell.
Now, he's about to go be a bench player for somebody that he's still got. He gave them solid playoff minutes. He's
Yeah,
giving them, and he still has enough to be a solid backup center for a decent team. So I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that I
but
still
not a
think
starter for sure.
they're still talking about potentially they may move Derek White. So like
Which I
there
think will
yeah,
be a mistake. But unless they're getting up pieces that make them good today,
it ain't even that. It's because of that second apron.
that second apron is nuts. Yeah,
So yeah, they're down. So that's two teams that's gonna be hurting.
and Cleveland is so far their roster looks similar. I think they lost Niang though, right? Where did Niang come?
They
No, he was in
lost
Portland.
Levert. They lost Levert, but like I said, that man, it will see. I just don't. I think their core is still gonna be there, which is Mobley, DeAndre, which is just Mobley. Um, Mobley, Garland, Spider, Jared, and Jared Allen. They
Yeah,
still have their core, so
yeah,
they're good.
yeah.
They're good.
So the East is definitely wide open, for sure, going into next year, depending on what the next moves are.
Hmm.
And I can I Cleveland, obviously they were number one seed last year, and with their team basically being the same, they this is like their year. Like this is
Hmm.
an opportunity for you to win. Like the East is there's so many superstars that got hurt, that are gonna be almost season long injuries. So it's the Achilles is tough, man. It's a that muscle's even with modern medicine, like they're going to be out
Hmm.
several months. I mean, they're not going to be back until well after the All Star game. So even now, being hurt in the playoffs. So, um, yeah, with Hallie Tatum, Dame currently doesn't have a team, but we'll see where he winds up if he goes to Miami. So Miami has a great opportunity to get a high seed. Cleveland has opportunity to stay a high seed, and Atlanta has opportunity to become a high seed. And when I say high seed, I mean 1 through 3. Because if you know anything about the NBA, there's only ever been one below the 3 seed that has won an NBA title, and that was the back-to-back Rockets. I've talked about it all the time. If you've been here before, you've heard me say it. Typically,
Hmm.
the best teams win, so that's the 1 through 3, and usually it's the 1 or 2 on either
Facts.
side of whether it's East or West. Doesn't really matter. It's typically a 1 seed or a 2 seed that wins the NBA Finals. Um, so it's tough. I mean, it's when you play 7 games, the best teams will win. This is not
Hmm.
March Madness. This is not the NFL playoffs where it's a win or go home situation.
Hmm.
You might be able to surprise a team for a game or two, but the best team typically will win the will win. So um, yeah, man, it's interesting. It'll make for an interesting East. Uh, the West obviously is still a battleground, which we've talked about, and the West seems to keep getting stronger. I mean, I said in the last episode, I hope this turns out better for KD, but the last 3 moves outside of Golden State have been treacherous, have been just
I think
imploded.
they're gonna make another trade soon. The reason why
It's again.
I say that is because of the reason I say that is because of the move of them signing Clint Capella back.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, like, you technically have Sengun, Adams, and Clint Capella.
Mm-hmm.
Clint Capella and Adams are almost similar players. Adams is just a way better rebounder, and Capella's a better shot blocker. But overall, they're
And
still
they
the same.
signed Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yeah, but Dorian Black and Miles is gonna play the. It's gonna play between 3 and 4. That's the man's nickname, bro. You ain't know that?
I almost spit my whole drink out.
Oh, bro, I ain't his nickname is Black and Miles,
It's
yo.
no way. Ain't
I
no way.
swear, I
Ain't no
swear,
way.
to, I swear,
I mean,
to, I'm not
he
gonna
does
make that.
look
Hey,
like
look, hey, we make some clever stuff on spot film, but no, like his nickname is Black and Miles, yo.
you lying. Bro. I'm looking it up
I,
right now. I'm
I,
Googling it.
I swear, Joe, that nickname is Black and Miles,
His
Joe.
nickname is his primary, as per Google AI.
Nah, Joe, they call him Black and Miles, Joe. Yeah, was calling him that during the
They
season
call
when he was at the
Dodo
Lakers.
Bank Bros. That's crazy.
That's
That's
my part. No, like they was calling him Black and Miles, Joe. I'm not playing. I can't fam. Like they was calling him DFS. No, like he was really being called his. You can go. No, his they was calling him Black and Mild, Joe. Like that ass. So
they was. Gil was calling them black and mild. Get
mm,
that.
he Gil called
That's
him that, but
crazy. He do look like.
Oh, black him out.
They
No.
do look like a black and mild
So it
smoker for
sticks.
sure.
It sticks. But no, like I think he's a good pickup. He's gonna play 2 through 4, depending on it. But mainly he's gonna be at the 3 or at the 4. He's a knockdown shooter. You know, he's gonna space the floor, but he plays defense. He rebounds decently well.
And they
Cool.
re-signed Jeff Green, I think the veteran minimum, I think,
Yeah, but
who doesn't really play, but
Uncle Jeff really just there just to be a veteran presence now, like because he barely even played all year. So I think like he's just gonna be there for a vet presence. Just that's what it is. He's just there. But like I still think they're trading somebody. I think the Clint Capella thing is one. I think it's one of him or at Steven Adams is getting moved.
yeah, right now their starting lineup is listed as Fred,
Should be
Amon,
Fred, Amin,
Tariq,
KD, Jabari.
KD, and
Nah,
Shingun.
KD's playing the 3. They came out and said it. This KD's
Oh
going.
yeah, and then
He'll be
so
this.
Jabari was
It should
started
be.
at the
It should be.
4 and
He
KD
should
at
be
3.
back. He'll be back starting at the 4, which he should have been. He was doing that originally. Then
Yeah,
struggles. They moved him back to the bench. Then he played great enough in playoffs.
yeah.
So, but like it should be Fred and then KD, Jabari, Sengun.
Oh, this is actually fuck this roster talk. Let's talk about the real shit that's going on. What's up with your boy Malik Beasley? What's up with your
That's
dog?
that's your boy.
What's up with your dog? What's up with your dog? Dude.
That's your boy.
Out here
Hey,
gambling with a username Malik Beasley. Nigga. I gotta get close. I gotta get close to the mic like Lamar, dude. Like this is the one time I'll do he'll pull a Lamar move. What are you doing? What are you doing, you dickhead? Are you really out here betting on your own games? Like
bro,
again, this is
common
why
sense ain't so common, bro.
you're right. Hey, common sense is fast, but Malik Beasley faster. You feel me? So I hit you with a Nigerian proverb, even though I'm not Nigerian.
Man, if you was gonna do bet on your own self, you was better off giving somebody the money to do the shit, bro. Like yo,
He's got
dumbass.
$42 million on the table. How much do you think he's making gambling? He making what? $70,000, a hundred thousand, a little over $100,000. You think like? Let's be
Man,
real. How much do you think he's really making gambling on himself or making these parlays?
You
Because it
don't
ain't
know.
42 million. I can guarantee if he was making 42
It
million,
ain't. But guess what? He needed because I was watching something earlier and they was talking about all the dang wages. His wages is getting garnished because he owes a dentist in Minnesota $35,000. He owes the freaking barbershop that's in Cleveland or like Cleveland owned by the Cleveland Cavs owner Dan Gilbert is something like $60,000. They just won a case against him for like $60,000
oh, so my
and
man's an
for
addict.
yeah, bro. I was like, what? No, it was but Lonnie Jones was talking about it on his podcast, bro.
I ain't
Like
I ain't say that. I believe you, but I ain't say
bro.
that.
I meant to send that to you earlier when I was like, bro. I'm like, what
He's
the
tripping.
hell, bro?
He's
Like,
tripping.
you was
He's tripping. He's tripping, bro. You just threw the bag away for a couple of hundred at most. I mean, because the biggest bet earned was Gallery Furniture Mattress Mac when he won what $16 million because the Astros won the World Series.
yes, but that's mattress. He gonna bet. He bets big money
He
anyways
does
on
bet
at
big
the.
money, but I'm like, that's the biggest, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I could have swore that's the biggest payout ever is the 16 million that he won. So if $42 million on the table and the biggest payout ever is 16 million, you're not making millions of dollars. You're not. And even as a degenerate myself, like you got to understand, it's
He tried to
stupid.
he tried to Jonte Porter
But
some
this is
shit
why
and
they want it legal. Like Adam Silver talked about it, and I agree. When they make it legal, it's easier to track because it has to be above board. It's easier for them to run their names through systems and go, you have a phone number, whatever. They run it through the system. It needs to be legalized everywhere. So refs can't cheat because obviously the NBA, I mean, I for sure, I can't speak for you. You can chime in and say likewise or you disagree. But ever since oh boy came out about him gambling on his games as referee, the consensus that I've heard is that people have no real faith and trust in the NBA when it comes to refs. I mean, look at how Scott Foster gets treated. He's deemed the most accurate ref official in the NBA. I think he has like a 90% accuracy rate when it comes to making the right call. But he's also referred to as the extender. People are now lining the NBA up with the WWE in a disrespectful way, because I listen, it's still a sport to be able to slam guys, and I mean I don't watch the wrestling anymore like I did as a kid. But even knowing that it's scripted as far as who wins and loses, they're still like athletes. They're still like picking each other up, slamming each other, and not just slamming each other in the sense of like they're trying to protect each other. Have you ever tried to? I mean, you have nothing but sisters. I have brothers. When you're trying to slam your brother in a way that's not going to hurt him, but not hurt him in the sense where he's going to go to the hospital, it's kind of tough. And as a kid, as a man with a child that slams his 16-month-old boy, even though he's 24 pounds, like it still takes more muscle for me to be careful with him and bring him down versus just slamming his ass. Just picking up and slamming him and not caring. If I was in a street fight, it's much easier to slam a nigga, even though I'm a small dude, in a street fight than it is to make sure my son is okay.
Allegedly slams a 16.
Yeah, you're right. No, first off, wait a minute. We're in Texas. This is a mutual combat state. It's one of the 2 states in the country. So not allegedly. If I get in the mix, do you consent to mutual combat, sir? And I'm going to stand your ground state. But anyway, I digress. But it's true. These guys are still athletes. Respectfully, these guys are still athletes in peak condition, even though it's scripted. And people are aligning the NBA with the WWE as far as being scripted. Refs, they believe refs are betting on games and saying, look at the call. Like it's all out there. I don't believe it 100% to be true. Could it be possible? Absolutely. We've seen it in the past. We've seen refs completely be biased in the past and have no integrity. I mean, we're saying it now. Scott Foster should not be reffing CP3 games. Every time Scott Foster is reffing CP3, unders in assists, in the points, and I hit all the time. Why? Because CP3 probably gonna get thrown out the goddamn game. So there's an integrity issue with NBA fans to the NBA officials, who I think for the most part, especially this year, let's be real. I said it. I think we both said it. This was by far the best officiated playoffs we've seen in a long time. Yes, there's some things where SGA and Brunson are getting calls with their foul baiting. We acknowledge that. But as far as how they were officiating this year, man, it was super, it was really good. It made for competitive ball again. So, but it's still there. That shadow of, it wasn't just one ref. I mean, he said it. It wasn't one guy. It wasn't just him. He said the other officials were betting on games too. And if you make it legal, it makes it easier to track. And it does, that's overall legalizing stuff and giving a path to it, a legalized path to it, makes it easier to trace nefarious activity. And that's all around. The history is all there. You could see it with everything, and I'm not going to get into political stuff, but you could see it in every scope. When weed became legal, it became easier to manage. It was less stressful on the city. Obviously, it brings revenue, et cetera, taxable dollars. But crime instantly kind of goes down. But it's the same with illegal gambling. That's a criminal activity. That's a federal offense. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that just as a gambler myself, it should be accessible. through a means, be it 18 or 21 or whatever age you want to put it as. You have to register the way you have to register. You know what I'm saying? So people just can't be making 50 accounts and with different numbers. Like there has to be a, whether it's a social security or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a lawmaker, but it 100% will make it easier for nefarious activities to be tracked, and fans can have more faith in the product of the NBA, whether it's from the refs, whether it's from the players who are clearly, I bet the under on myself, and I'm not going to shoot more than 8 times, or I'm not going to score more than 12 points, or whatever it is. Like it makes it easier for that. Now, if they were like, "Oh, I'm bet the over on myself," they have to still get the ball. They still have to score the basket. I'm okay with that. But when you're betting the unders, that's easier to manage because you're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna miss the shot. I'm gonna turn the ball over. I'm betting on the spread of this game, so I'm gonna freeze up like my controller died and let a motherfucker run by me." Or I bet on the spread. I'm gonna run full court when when the game is over, it's a 10, 12 point game. You're not looking to score it, winning or losing, and you're going to run full court to put the ball in the basket because the spread was a certain number to make sure that the spread works in your favor. Like, that's not okay to me. I mean, the evidence is there. He's cooked. If it's true, he's cooked. This is not Teddy Rozier who got off. Again, I'm 100%. You're innocent until proven guilty. This is the United States of America. You're innocent until proven guilty. But the evidence against my man is he fried, bro. He fried. It's there. Like people looking at it like, oh, the spread was this and he did this and he turned the ball over at this time. Why he do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or he froze like because I was lagging, my whole internet shut down. My controller died. I ain't never seen nobody and don't even react. The man walked by him basically, then scored. Then he reacted. Oh. Come on, bro. It's tough. He cooked. If it's true, I mean, it's looking tough. Hey, allegedly, but hopefully, whatever come from it, come from me.
He fried anyway, bro. Like he fried, but yeah. I also wanted to hear about this so-called updated like rumor about the damn KD trade that supposedly is getting pushed out to more teams involved in this shit.
What do you mean?
You didn't see like they was talking about it over Twitter. And I guess a rumor has it that the KD trade has now been pushed out. Supposedly, there's rumors that it was pushed out to where it's now involving like 7 teams. I don't know. I happen to just happen to see
7 teams. In one of the I'm just gonna read what Yahoo Sports wrote. In one of the most jaw-dropping trade developments in recent NBA history, Kevin Durant's move to Houston has reportedly morphed into a massive 7-team blockbuster. A dazzling ballot of players, picks, cash, and rights that involve marquee franchises like Golden State and the Lakers.
Yep.
Atlanta's in this. So right now, here's what's reported.
Yep.
Atlanta receives the 2031 Houston Rockets second round pick swap, cash considerations, TPM trade pick. I don't know what that means. What's TPE? Can you Google that? For Clint Capella. The Nets receive the 2036 second round pick via the Rockets. Golden State will receive Alex Tohei from Suns and the rights to Jamai Mashak via Rockets. The Rockets receive Kevin Durant, Clint Capella. The Lakers will get the rights to Aldo Thero. If I'm butchering names, I apologize. Minnesota Timberwolves will receive the rights to Rocco Sky from the Lakers, the 2026 second round pick this from the Suns, the 2032 second round pick via the Suns, cash considerations via the Lakers,
Mm-hmm.
and TPE for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The Suns will receive Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the rights to Kaman Mauch. That's who they just drafted, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yep, he's from the bum from Duke. The man who can't get a rebound.
Yeah,
He's the tallest motherfucker on the court.
Yeah.
Can't get a fucking rebound. Against 6'8" guys. The rights to Rasheed Fleming, another that was Minnesota's draft pick this year, second rounder, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The rights to Kobe Bray from the Warriors, and the 2032 second round pick. Wow. So it's looking interesting out here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd Rocco go? Where's Rocco from?
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. I was like, this is gonna be interesting. Cause like even like updated stuff, you can see like it says like who they were traded to, and you can see like the same thing, like the Suns, like Alex Tuhey was traded to. So like I'm just interested, like interesting. So they really had to make. That's really how that move really worked out. They just didn't. They were trying to.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but Minnesota got a lot of second round picks. They got a war chest full of second round picks. So they're finally kind of getting some of their picks back. I know they gave up a good plethora of first rounders for Rudy.
Bum McGee. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro! Don't even. You just you just made me depressed. I'm not even a depressed person just thinking about it. So Marcy's texting me. What's your? Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, everybody is. But we gonna see what's popping though. But no, like I said, I do feel like I do still see like the Rockets making a trade. I just don't see them keeping Capella, Adams with Sengun on that roster, even though like Ime was pushing like too big lineup. I just still don't think he keeps both of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. They still got some things going on. What, your headphones died?
Yeah. I've been using them all day. And then I don't know where my backup pair. I don't even know where it's at. I'm gone. Probably
they're not on finding my phone. You're an Apple user. We're both Apple users, but they're not finding. Hey, actually, I spoke. Let's get into something different. Okay, let's get. If I may, you got anything? You got anything sports related you want to talk?
Talk your talk, son.
Okay, so I seen. First off, this is sports related, so we'll get into that. One, I know I talked about it last episode. The amount of Kobe disrespect and slander.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people have given them shout outs, but All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Stack, Steven Jackson, man, shout out to them, man. They're the only guys who have been truly, well, Shaq as well. Shaq has been, I've heard some things with Shaq, but these guys coming out and disrespecting Kobe 5 years after his death, saying shit that they never would have said while he was alive to defend himself, is crazy to me. I talked to my dad about it, and I know we were kind of on the different sides when it came to T-Mac. And you guys know, I said it before, I love T-Mac. T-Mac was my guy. His whole play style, I really did base my basketball game after T-Mac. He was such an offensive power. And I talked about it in the last podcast. I'll go back into it again. The fact that he really, truly thinks if he'd been on those Laker teams, he'd have won. And my dad and I talked about it, and he in a sense agreed with me. The thing that made Kobe different For one, Kobe had 12 all defensive NBA teams. T-Mac had 0. So on the defensive side, Kobe's obviously superior. T-Mac for sure, and I'll stand on this, for sure offensively was more talented than Kobe. Just 6'9", like you won't get an argument from me. You got a 6'6" guy versus a 6'9" guy. T-Mac was that guy offensively. But he couldn't stay healthy. And this is where I won my dad over. I said, hey, Dad, I want you to remember there was a point in time where Kobe was on the precipice of breaking the all-time 40-point games in a row streak. And Phil Jackson said, he talked about the story before Kobe did. He said, we're losing the big fella. He's becoming disinterested because Shaq was injured and just kind of coming back. And Kobe sacrificed that record to keep Shaq involved. Kobe sacrificed a lot to keep Shaq happy. I don't think T-Mac makes the same decision. And therefore, I don't think he's able to win. Now, does he win one? Maybe. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say no. Like, he's that good. The Lakers teams were good. And I said it before. Let's not sit here and act like T-Mac played with bums.
I will say this. I think he does sacrifice it, but I don't think they 3. I think they get 1. I think they get 1.
I'm willing to hear 1.
Yeah.
But does he get 5 with those Laker teams?
1.
No.
I
He
give
does
him
not
1
get
for
5.
sure. I give him like 1 with Shaq for sure, but the sacrifice thing, I think he would do this. You gotta remember he did play when him and Yao was healthy. He did sacrifice with Yao. And Yao, because Yao wasn't a dominant force. So I do think he does, but I don't think he wins 5. Do I think he gets 1 with that team? Yes. He gets 1 with that Lakers team for sure.
Sure.
I don't think he gets 5. That's what I was saying. Like, I was agreeing with, like, if he goes to the Lakers team, does he get 1? Yes, I think he gets 1 just because of the talent he is. And he's a way better scorer. Offensively, he's more gifted. Yes. But I don't think you're going to get, like, the 3-peat. And then potentially Shaq leaves and he goes and leads them to getting like 2 more.
Yeah, because we got to remember, like I said, Kobe had 12 all defensive teams through his career, his 20-year career, 12 of them. So he still performs on the defensive side, which helps.
Yeah,
which helps his case.
But T-Mac wasn't a bad defender, though.
He wasn't his effort. It was like Carmelo, I think. Carmelo is not a bad defender. It's 100% effort. If he had more effort on the defensive side, he would he'd been a problem. Like,
I just spend 90% of my effort on the offensive side right now because that's what the team's built around. So I get it. But
he didn't play defense. When you got Ron Artest, you got Shane Battier, you got Yao in your backcourt or your front court.
Yeah, you had Shane Battier, one of the premier defenders. You don't need your focus isn't to go play defense. Your focus is to go score 40.
Go score a basket.
But like I said,
go score 13 points in how many seconds?
Yeah, I do think he gets 1. I do think he gets 1. I just don't like. That's it. I think
5 for sure.
5, no. 1, yes. I think he gets 1. Yes.
But to me, I can agree with a possibility of 1, but the percentages are lower because of the defensive side of the ball. Even though yes, he was a solid defender and it was effort. Does he put that effort forward? Because Kobe prided himself on defense. He came from the MJ tree in the sense of like he mirrored his entire career off of MJ.
Mm-hmm.
And MJ has always been, even though MJ's his airness and he was an offensive guy, but we always talk about MJ's defense. So he prided himself on the defensive side of the ball, which I feel that T-Mac wouldn't have.
Right.
All right. So that's my sports related kind of rant there.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, I seen some shit. Okay. It irritated me. It irritated me to my soul. Okay. This is anime related, manga related. Okay. So if you're not in for this, it is what it is. But I seen this guy. I can't remember what the podcast was. Okay. I would shout them out, but I can't remember what it was called. I seen this guy arguing with his co-host that Itachi Uchiha would beat Minato, the fourth Hokage, Naruto's dad. And I think it's disrespectful. I know these are fictional characters, but I think it's disrespectful because first off, let me remind you, Negroes, Minato, because there's a lot of Uchiha Glazers out there. There's a ton of y'all out there. Okay, first off, respect to Itachi. Okay, Itachi's one of the top 5 Uchihas in the verse, probably for sure. And me saying top 5 and thinking about it, someone's upset. But I want to remind you that Shishua, who's his cousin, his big homie, was more feared and a better ninja than Itachi. And they come from the same generation. So Itachi's not even number 1 in his own generation. Okay? Minato got, and I might be pronouncing his name wrong, so if you wanna come at me for that, do what you do. No bloodline, no historic clan. All he got is Jiraiya. Because again, I talked about it before. We talked about it in our episode when we went through like a bunch of anime stuff. Jiraiya by far is to me the top tier sensei all time. That man don't miss. He got a hit list of people because Kakashi, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura became the new signing for their time period. Jiraiya, boy, taught Minato. He taught. Come on, dog. He got hits. Okay, look, I'm not gonna get into it. But when you talk about the man, Minato took Tobirama's jitsus that he made because he's the ultimate Uchiha hater. He's the ultimate Uchiha hater. He made 5 jitsus just for the Uchihas. Shadow Clone Jutsu, Flying Raijin, motherfucking the Sealing Jutsu. I can't remember his name right now, but he made like the one that reincarnates him. The man made 5 jutsus just for Uchihas. And Minato took those jutsus and enhanced them. The only person that has taken it further is his own child, who has Uzumaki bloodline in him, who is one of the historic clans. It took several if you don't know Naruto, I'm trying to tell you, it took several different clans to completely wipe out the Uzumaki clan because they were known for their chakra reserves. Okay, that's his wife. So his son has an advantage. He don't got no tail demon, nothing. He took Tobirama's jutsus and enhanced. You really think that Itachi is smoking Minato? Are you serious? Do I need to remind you, motherfuckers, that he was the only, the whole universe, the whole verse, the one and only ninja that had a run on sight, not a fade on sight, not Kakashi walk him down Hitaka on sight order. The only one, not the god of Shinobi, Hashirama, Senju, not the ghost of Uchiha, Madara Uchiha. Not any Uzumaki, none of them. None of them had a walk on sight. Not Shishua. None of them had a run on sight. You're telling me Itachi is running the ones with brother. Are we really glazing Uchihas that hard right now, dog? We really glazing them that hard right now, dog? We can't be. We can't, dog. Let's be honest. So put some respect. Put some respect on the fourth Hokage's name. And I'll let you talk. We got something to say.
Dave Chappelle said, "I plead the fifth."
I plead the fifth. Yeah. But I'm excited. On other anime news, Demon Slayer, they're going to be releasing a movie every 2 years.
Yep.
This whole the infinite castle. Woo!
Yeah.
Also, actually, no. I got one more thing. I'm so sorry. I know I go on rants a lot. If I see another person post, comment, whatever, Zenetsu's the only one that's gonna 1v1 a upper rank. Don't you ever disrespect Rengeku again. That man fought a Lower Moon 1, which is he was the closest thing to an Upper Moon. Upper Moon 1, yeah, he did it with some help. He had the three big dogs, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Tanjiro. No, I ain't gonna disrespect that part. But the man fought the Upper Moon 3 by himself. And had he not been protecting the other three, who knows what would have happened. But the man died standing up. He white bearded. You gonna put some respect on the fire Hashira Regeku. In all respect to Zenitsu, like he is for real he's gonna be the second one that we know of in the whole universe to 1v1 a Upper Moon, because he's locked in right now. He got a fade to run because of what happened. Because this coward done created two Hashira, by the way, because he had a thing as an orphan with the first the Earth Hashira, who's the strongest Hashira right now, and then the motherfucker betrayed his own Thunder Hashira and became a demon because he couldn't fight the number one Upper Moon, who was the brother of the first Hashira. Something with a Y. Yokoya, I can't remember his name, but he's the son Hashira. He's the one who made all the different fighting styles, all the breathing styles. He's the sun breathing Hashira, and the only one Muzan ever feared. He made him commit seppuku. Hopefully I said that right, where he commits suicide, because out of shame. So Zenitsu's got a fade to run with the Upper Moon 5, and it's gonna make for some epic stuff. I'm excited to see Inosuke, because Inosuke is my favorite character. So I'm excited to see this animated because I've read the manga. So yeah, put some respect on Regeku.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, put some respect on Regeku. He ran the ones. Now, if you say he ran the ones and won, then okay, I could respect that. I'll bow out of that one, because he did run the runs, but it was Upper Moon 5, not an Upper Moon, and a newly minted Upper Moon, by the way, not because the rest of the Upper Moons have been Upper Moons for 100 years. So he's the newest Upper Moon after three of them motherfuckers died.
Yep.
So he ain't really earned it like that. You know what I'm saying? Not respectfully, he's still Upper Moon, but you ain't finna be disrespecting Rengoku like that. And I'm not even a Rengoku fan. Like, don't be disrespecting the man's, man. He ran the fade with the 3 and protected Tanjiro. Like, had he not had to protect them niggas, he probably would have he would probably survived the night at least. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Well, he ran the ones with him. Don't disrespect him no more. He ran the ones with him. He said, I took all that. He took that fade. He at a disadvantage. He took that fade. So, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Don't be acting like Zoro. What happened? Nothing. One of the coldest moments ever in anime history, by the way. You want to talk about loyalty? That's one of the coldest loyalty. That's one of the most loyalty pieces I've ever witnessed in my life, man. He said, I'm taking my whole captain's pain, and then I'm gonna let the third know nothing happened. Don't even worry about it. It stood there, should have died. Zoro should be dead. There ain't no way he lost that much blood. He should be dead. But that's my dog, though. I be picking some good characters, cuz listen, man. I think he's a great character.
I'm just waiting for Kaiju number 8.
Hey, Kaiju, I put you on the Kaiju. Also, I know I think you watched it, but just throw it out there because we love it. Because I even put Lamar on it. Damn, I done forgot the damn manga anime name now. It's out of my head. What's the soccer one? Cuz what's the soccer
Talking
one?
about Blue Lock. Yeah, season 3's coming out.
Blue Lock. Oh my god, I don't really watch sports anime or read it, but Blue Lock is lit. If you don't watch it, listen. I know we normally talk sports here on the Ignorant Take podcast, but this is, as we've said before, this is all takes. Any kind of take you got. If you got a political take, we're here. Have it here. Anime don't matter. We love to hear this stuff, but Blue Lock. If you aren't in the Blue Lock, if you are not tapped into Blue Lock, you need to. You're missing out. Blue Lock is dope, and like I said, I normally don't like sports, anime or manga.
They got season 3 coming soon too for that.
Yeah, because I'm normally like I like to see fades.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I like to see that's my stuff. I like to see fades ran. You know what I'm saying? Hand magic don't matter to me. All fades, I like to see it all. So I think we'll end on that unless you got something, cuz we got
all hands, no breaks.
No breaks. And kids out there, if you don't know, if you're hooping, make sure you're working on your calves. That's your breaks. Make sure your calves are strong. Do your stretches. That's how Achilles are torn. If your calf is left up, you're going to tear Achilles, dog. Don't know what to tell you. Make sure your calves are strong. Ride bikes. Stretch. Do your toe crunches and all that good stuff. Do all that. Get them calves right. Until then, we'll holla at you. This has been Ignorant Take Podcast. As always, like, comment, subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We'll be seeing you. Peace.